Hey everyone, this is Siddharth, and in this video we will be solving another question on Geek for Geeks, which is breadth first search of a graph. So this is an algorithm. So using this algorithm, we have to store all the nodes of this given graph, level by level, into an array list, and we have to return that. So this breadth first search, the algorithm which we had studied earlier in the trees, which is level order traversal. So mm, that is just a special case of BFS. So if I would suggest that you can solve that question first, and if you will solve that question, then solving this question will be easy for you because you can relate that question with this question. So let's see how we can solve this question. So we have given an adjacency array list of an array list, and we have to store all the nodes of this given graph. This is an undirected graph, so and it is also connected. So let's see how we can solve this. So let's take first adjacency list, which is this. Let me zoom first. So 2 3 1, and then 0, or directly we can make in graph 0. Let's first draw this 0 4 0 2, 0 4 0 and 2. So this is an array list. Now let's draw the graph as well. 0 2 1, 0 2 1, then 2 is connected to 4, 0 is connected to 3, and 2 is connected to 4. So we have to store all these nodes. First we have to store all the element which is connected to 0, and including 0, and then uh, we have to move on to its neighbors, and we have to store their neighbor as well. So and by by seeing this, you can get you are getting clear idea. This is quite similar as level or traversal. We will be traversing level by level here also. So what we can do, so in the level order traversal, we had used queue as well. So here also we will be using queue. First we will be pushing 0 into our queue, and then we will mark this 0 as visited. We can make an visited boolean array, and for this index we can mark this as a visited, so that we will not visit it next time. Now we will take out its neighbors, and we will start pushing it into the queue as well for the further exploration. And during this we will be storing it into the array list as well, as what we had done in level order traversal. So if we will see from here, so for what we can do, first we will push 0 into our queue, and we will after adding 0, we had to mark the 0th index as visited. Now we will, for the 0 index, we will start visiting these neighbors. So first we will see 2. So 2 is not visited, so we will mark 2 as a visited into the boolean array, and then we will push it in offer it into the queue. And after that we will move on to 3 as well. So it is not also visited, so we will push 3 also, then 1. And after that we will pull out 2 from the queue, and we will see, so 0, this is 0 index, 1 and 2, so 2 will be this. Now we will move on to this array list, and we will take out its first element, which is 0. Now we will see whether 0 is already visited or not into our boolean array, which is true, because 0 we had already visit. No, yes, we have already visited 0 here. So what we can do, uh, we can move on to the next element, which is 4. So now we will check for 4. So 4 is not visited till yet, so we will be marking this 4 as a visited into our boolean array, and we will be pushing it into the queue. So now we will be having q as 2 we already have pulled out. Now 2, 3, 1, and we had already pushed 4 here. Now we will pull out 3, and similar manner we will able to store all the elements of the graph into the array list. So this is the approach we will be using. Now let's code it out as well. There you can understand it very well. So first what we have to do, we have to make an queue. So queue of integer is q is equals to new linked list. Okay, now what next we have to do here, we have to make a boolean array which will keep track of the node vertex that we have already visited. So let's name it as a visited new boolean. And what should be the length of this boolean array? So the approach that I had told you, you can clearly understand the length of this inner array list, length of this array list will also equals to the length of this boolean array, because the length of this array list is same as the total number of vertex present in the given graph. So this will be equals to adjacent dot size. So this will return the size of this adjacency list. Now what we have to do, uh, we have to add vertex 0 into our array list. So q dot offer 0. Now next we have to mark this 0 as visited. So visited 0 is equals to true. Now after that we have to start traversing into an array list. So while q, this is same we had done in the level order traversal. So q is empty. Now what we have to do, we have to pull out this current vertex. So int vertex is equals to q dot poll. So this will give us the current vertex. Now after polling out this current vertex, we have to add that into an array list as well. So al dot add vertex. Now after adding this vertex, what we have to do, we have to go to that index of this given array list, and we have to check for the element of that given array list. Suppose we encounter it, so for in the first iteration it will be 0. So now we have to move on to this array list, which is 2 3 1, and we have to check for each element if that is visited or not. So for that, let's initialize in for loop. So int connected, so or we can use neighbors as well. So neighbors, and that will coming from this adjacency list dot get, and we will be getting the index of this given vertex. Now after this we have to check if this given vertex that we have encountered is it visited already. If it is visited already, then we don't have to do anything. Otherwise we have to add that into the queue, and we have to mark that visited as well. So uh, if this uh, let's draw the not operator, and then if visited of this given vertex is not true, then in that case we have to mark that as visited. So visited of this vertex is equals to true, and after that we have to offer that to q as well. So q dot offer this vertex, oh sorry, not vertex, this should be neighbors, neigh bours, neigh bours. Okay, now we will be offering this should okay after offering that this to q, and after the completion of this loop we will be having all the nodes of this given graph stored into an array list. Now we just have to return our array list. So let me clear these. Okay, so return, this should be AL. Okay, let's try to run this as well. Okay, this should be, and another return AL. Oh, what is the error here? Let's try to run this here and see if there is any problem. Okay, so this if is it closing, this for loop is closing here, and this while loop is closing here. This should not be here. Let's run this as well. Okay, let's try to submit this as well. So all the test case have been processed, guys. So if you will see, this algorithm is quite similar as breadth first, level order traversal, and you can say that level order traversal is just a special case for breadth first search, and level order traversal is just we will be using for tree only. So thank you, see you in the next video, bye.